Hey y'all,
What's up, guys?
we back taming the beast, Nikki.
Luna Wolf. What's up?
Yeah, listen, I just want to start this episode off with some gratitude prayers to offer up some thanks. Because all too often we can get wrapped up into all of it, and I've had a very frustrating. Like when I tell you I wanted to get on the treadmill and run an hour today to just get rid of some of the stale energy. But I'm here and I'm grateful that the weekend is here. I'm grateful that I survived the week. I'm grateful that I have the finances to pay for my rent that's due. I'm grateful for my son over there doing push ups in the corner. Uh, I'm grateful for this beer that is very much deserved after this long week. You get it? Like I just want to I just want to start off in a state of gratitude. What about you?
I am grateful for breath
Yeah, how about it?
because breath means I got another day to go after what I need to go after, what I was brought onto this earth to do. Okay?
Yeah,
Get shit right.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I feel like that. Like I definitely feel like that. When you wake up, you can change the perspective to say, you know what, I get another chance to do it right.
Mm-hmm. And every day I go day by day. I don't look at the next day. I focus on the present day now. I used to focus on multiple days. Now I
Mm-hmm.
just focus on one day. So what do I have to do in this day
Mm-hmm.
that is accomplishing to me?
Mm-hmm.
So what I gotta do? I started my shakes again. Making my oh my god, they're so delicious. Dude. They is so delicious.
Like fruit smoothie shakes.
Yes, I started making my own caramel. Oh my
Are
god.
you putting protein in them at all?
So the protein is it's like natural protein. I don't got no protein powder or nothing in there. Yogurt, like chia
Like a
seeds,
Greek yogurt?
flax
Oh, okay,
seeds,
okay, okay,
uh, stuff like that. I
okay.
don't really do. I'm trying to really stay away from chemical, like processed stuff right
Mm-hmm.
now. So little by little, taking shit out.
I want to try them overnight oats that I keep seeing on Instagram and TikTok. They look like they're yummy. You had them?
No, I won't do because I don't like my oatmeal cold.
Well, I know it's gonna be different, right? But it just looks like
It do look good.
it just looks so good. I'm gonna try it. I'll let you know.
It do look
I'll
good,
let you know.
but that's one thing I
Mm.
have not tried is doing the overnight oats.
Mm.
It's too cold. But what we was talking about?
We were talking about some self-destructive behaviors earlier, and you asked a great question actually. If self-destruction leads to self-discovery, and I thought,
Very
wow,
powerful.
yeah,
It
like
came to me in meditation one day.
yeah. Well, so talk about it more.
Um, I don't know. I feel like when I'm looking, I'm not gonna say looking. I don't really look for answers, but when I need answers,
Well, seeking you shall find, so
yeah,
it's okay to seek out answers.
yeah. So that came to me, and it's a real thing. Is your self destruction? Does it lead to your discovering? I think so. I think
Mm-hmm.
it does because we put ourselves in unnecessary drama, I guess. Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say. I don't know. Whether it's like if you have something to get done and you're procrastinating, but you know you have to get it done,
Mm-hmm.
but you're just like, push that. We can do it later. We can do it later.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
Mm-hmm.
pushing, doing this, but you really need to get this done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now it's to the point where damn, you're trying to get it done, but now you're rushing.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you're rushing through that. Now the shit it might be fucked up, and you
Mm-hmm.
probably miss some stuff. What if it was like a work thing, and you fuck that up? Is that gonna fuck up your paycheck?
Because now you don't have time to go back and make any corrections or errors.
Yeah.
I'm a big procrastinator.
Me too. I mean,
I'm
like,
a huge procrastinator.
Why you think that quote God said?
Yeah.
Look.
But so good that it came to you that you're ready to flip the other way, because I'll try and I'm successful once in a while, and it might feel good, once in a while to be able to have something done early, but then I just procrastinate on the next move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done, so now I can just sit on the couch and watch TV. I love doing nothing.
Me too, but then that fucks up. Don't we have something to do? I know time is an illusion, but don't we have shit that we have to get done?
I literally schedule time to do nothing. Like, I gotta put it on my calendar to be like, on this day, I ain't doing shit, and that's exactly what I want to do.
I don't be scheduling because I just let the day fall. Remember I said in the beginning, day by day, I just start my morning off, and whatever the day leaves, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm. No, but you know what? I just got smacked in the back of my head, because in order for me to have that day of nothing, I gotta have everything done beforehand. Mm-hmm. And if I procrastinate on those days, I don't earn my day of nothing.
Facts.
He does some shit. Yeah. Have you found yourself in some recent self-destructive patterns or behaviors that brought about this? I mean, I know you mentioned procrastination, but like
okay, the biggest one. I feel like this last week, probably this might be the biggest one, because I always wanted my house to be open for my kids. I wanted an open house where they come to me, they speak to me, they let me know what's going on. Mm-hmm. That has been set since I started like wanting kids myself, because of the shit that I went through growing up, right? Mm-hmm. So I have an open house. It's so open. I ain't gonna say I don't love it, but it has shown me where to put up boundaries. And I was just telling my kids, like, you have shown me now that I have to, yes, I want my kids to be able to be who they are, be open and do whatever the fuck they want, make their own mistakes, decide, their life path on their own. So the oldest, he's not mine. But I take care of him. Mm-hmm. So, since he is the oldest, he has his friends there. Mm-hmm. So the other ones, they're younger. So none of their friends really come over. So it's mainly their friends. So they're in the house nonstop, chilling. Mm-hmm. Well, there is rules, right? I don't give a fuck what you do, as long as you do what you're supposed to do. Right. That's all I fucking ask, right? Mm-hmm. So I allowed them, even though I was taking shit away, like I would take dishes, like there is no dishes for you to eat your fucking food. There is no forks, spoons, knives, plates, bowls. You ain't got shit in my motherfucking refrigerator. I mean, in my kitchen for you to eat. You gonna eat off whatever the fuck you find.
Because they're not doing the dishes?
Yeah, you're not doing the dishes, right? So then when you got friends over, now they're not doing their dishes, right? Mm-hmm. So now you got to take out the trash. The trash shouldn't be stacked high, right? Mm-hmm. It should be going. Mm-hmm. Now, when I'm setting rules, you can't eat nowhere in my house but the kitchen, because you don't clean up your fucking mess. Mm-hmm. So then you got people coming in, and they're allowing their friends to eat in these rooms. Mm-hmm. Right now, I told back and forth, like, stop doing this, stop doing this, stop doing this. And I'm like, I had to sit back, like, I wanted an open house, but this is how I allowed this shit.
So that sounds like lack of boundaries. Mm-hmm. Which I can see how that can be very self-destructive. And when you say open house, I hear you say open house, but I feel like you mean more open relationship. Yeah. So maybe it's a perspective change on, no, it's not an open house, because open house means they just gonna let the trash pile. They not gonna do the dishes. They just gonna eat however they eat. But and open relationship, right? Open relationship fosters respect. It fosters love, but there's guidance within that. Listen, like sometimes, especially when you out in the world, like I heard someone say this one time before. I don't know how, when, where, but it stuck to me to where I can at least remember the concept of it. When you're a kid, it's like sometimes peer pressure comes along, right? So it's like maybe you're inviting me to do something I really don't want to do. I really don't want to do it, but peer pressure is like, yo, don't bitch up. Like, you know what I mean? Don't be a punk. Like, if everybody doing it, you got to do it. But if you have that parent who you have an open relationship with, who has a healthy boundaries, still allows you to be who you are and make your own mistakes to a certain degree, though, because there's some things there's just no coming back from. It's almost a safe spot because now I get to say, oh, my mama won't let me do that. You know what I mean? And it's like almost a way out for them. You know what I mean? Because it's like if your mama didn't care and the house is so open that you could just do whatever the hell you want to do, now you like, man, nah. You know what I mean? You're like, if and when you're a kid, we've all been, fell subject to it where we've done things trying to be cool or, not wanting to look like, and then learn from that situation. Like, no, you got to be a leader, not a follower. But like, yeah, without boundaries comes lack of respect, and when you put those boundaries in place, within those boundaries you can still create a safe place for your children to decide who they are and who they want to be. You can still allow them to make their own decisions. You can still allow them to make their own mistakes and learn from them, but there's boundaries.
Yeah, I had to put boundaries up because it was fucking up my eternal, when I allow something from the outside fuck up the inside, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And it was it was back to back. It was little stuff like ticking me the fuck off. Now I'm just getting blown up over little shit, and I'm just like, I can't do this. Can't do this. So I had to, nobody in my house. I like an open relationship, but now it's boundaries. Now it's like, you go outside. But I'm still here. You need whatever the fuck you need. I'm here. You need to talk. I'm here. You got something going on. I'm here. Like, so lack of boundaries kind of fucked me up. And kind of, it led to my self-discovery. Like, I'm like, well, I need to shift my perspective now. I have to change.
What did you discover in that? When you're saying it led to your own self-discovery, what did you actually discover?
I don't want an open house. Although I do want my kids to have friends over there, not all the time. I don't want them there all the time.
Okay.
That's not, I like my house quiet. I like it peaceful because that is my sacred spot. That is my safe space. So if I am not safe and secure in my own home, then what? And then I'm acting crazy, and I don't need to. So I did a lot of meditate. Like, I'm talking overtime meditation this week to stay very grounded. So I'm not, because I'm working on my anger. So I had to really like get in there. Like, okay, what do I want? What I want for my kids, like what's next, especially for these girls. I don't want them,
right? Because they're watching. You got younger ones watching the older ones. You know what I mean? And that's how, like they hear what you're saying, but they watching what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to switch that.
I think my defining self-destructive moment in life, and it absolutely led to self-discovery. There's a song. ACVI, am I saying that right? It's like, all this time I've been finding myself and I didn't know I was lost, right? Oh, like that. When I started to go through this, that song entered my life, and it was like, damn, I didn't even know I was lost. All this time I've been looking for myself. All this time I've been trying to find myself, and I didn't even know I was lost. So it's moment. Wild. No, it really is.
It's wild once you start realizing, like, damn, like,
right.
When you look back on that past, I'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah. So that the self-destructive moment for me was going through my separation and divorce, right? Like, and I'm not one to give anyone the responsibility of my happiness. My happiness belongs to me, right? It is an inside job, because if I give you the responsibility of my happiness and you decide to leave my life, do you walk out with my happiness? Nah. Now you can add to my happiness, and we can share in each other's happiness, but my own happiness is my own responsibility, right? And I've always been like that. And so I remember saying to my sister, I will never forget. It was like 2012, maybe 2011, 2012. It was like the end of the year, though, around like December, Christmas time. And I said to my sister, like, yo, I'm not happy. Like, I'm not happy for the first time ever in my life. Like, I'm not happy. And, I knew it was like I was getting tired, of the things that was going on in my marriage and in my relationship. And so, but it's like, it's never the right time. It's never the right time. This is why I say whatever you want to do now is the only time, because it's never going to be the right time. It's just now is the only time. So as I'm identifying this, it's like, well, I'm about to start school. I really can't go through no divorce during school, right? And then things start to get worse and worse and worse. And then it's like, okay, I'm ready now. But then like a family member passes away and it's like, damn, you don't really want to add. It's never the right time. But the whole time I'm just losing more and more of myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm noticing so much of who I am changing. And then it's like, during that time where it was like, I even was going to my husband at the time, ex-husband now, like, oh, there's something changing within me. Like, this is what's going on. I'm noticing things in the world that I've never noticed before. Meaning, I never paid attention to like the oncomings of other men, right? Yet one day I literally found myself flirting with this dude, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm flirting? Yo, I went and told my ex-husband, like, yo, I was flirting with some dude in class today. Like, there's something inside of me that's changing. And I brought it to him because the only person that can fix that problem of us is us, right? So nothing is being done, and it's just like you just feel less and less seen, less and less appreciated, and you lose yourself because you're pouring so much of yourself into other people. Nobody's pouring back into you, including yourself. So I'm in school. I'm working like crazy. My daughter gets pregnant in her senior year. Like, I started to become delirious, like to the point where I was cussing the kids out because I was going in the cabinet finding butter, right? I'm like in the freezer finding flour. You know what I mean? Like, shit that wasn't supposed to be where it's supposed to be. And I'm yelling at the kids like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Until I literally caught myself take a gallon of milk and put it on top of the refrigerator.
Oh, so
it was me all of that
like,
time.
But
I was so, I was so, like, that moment in my life.
That's how I see Zombify. You ever, like, you know how people explain, like, what is a zombie?
Okay. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Even when I did my writing, I wrote a poem, and that's exactly what it said. It was like I was walking around like a zombie.
But that's what it is, because
my house, home, the most sacred, my home is my sanctuary. Y'all got to understand this. Like, not everybody gets an invite to this place. This is a safe place for love, healing, and transformation. Like, my home is my sanctuary. It's my refuge, and it became a graveyard. Like, I was pulling up to the crib, just sitting in the driveway crying for hours. Like, just not feeling like a stranger in my own home. That shit was like a graveyard. It became death. And then, so I'm dealing with all of these things, and I'm going to my ex, and I'm like, in all the time that we've been together, I've held it down. I need you. And he wasn't there. So every day I was coming home with a bottle. This was my self-destructive behavior, right? I'm coming home with a bottle every day, drinking a whole bottle of wine to myself, like, every day. But at this time, I have graduated school. I'm now working as in administration. I'm putting in 12, 14, 16-hour days. You know what I mean? Like, it's super stressful. So I'm contributing it all to that. Because guess what I'm also not doing? Don't fucking judge me. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. I would come home on a Friday, take a shower, put my pajamas on, and not get back in the shower till Monday morning.
Oh, you was
weekended. And in my head, I'm saying to myself, I'm just tired. I'm stressed. My job, and we wasn't really being intimate at that moment in time. So I'm like, what's a day or two without a shower? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't did nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm in the house.
Right. But but at the same time, I'm thinking like I'm stressed out. And then one day, honest to God, like this was when people talk about rock bottom moments. Yo, here's my rock bottom moment. This is the moment that my entire life shifted. My entire life, everything that I believe, because I was wholly saved and sanctified too, honey. Did I tell you on the boulevard at 23 with the top down in the middle of the summer playing Christian music? No. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I was wholly saved and sanctified. I went to church on Sunday, small group on Wednesday, Bible study on Friday. Okay, like listen, trunk or treat. Like I'm volunteering in the Bible study baby classes. Like listen, I'm hosting small group meetings in my home. Like wholly saved and sanctified, right?
Church lady.
What?
Little church lady.
Didn't cuss. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that. And so like I was constantly doing like counseling with my marriage. You know what I mean? Counseling in church, counseling outside, marriage retreats, you know what I mean? Love and respect classes, like all types of stuff, you know what I mean? So when I got to this moment, everything changed. Everything shifted. I had Absolute vodka. That was the shit. That was the shit that made my nose numb. Absolute vodka. Absolute. I had a bottle. Like one of them like bottles like this.
Make your nose numb?
Oh yeah, if the alcohol is good, make my nose feel numb. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I like it. I like when I can't feel my face. I can't feel my face when I'm with you, and I like it. But anyway, let's stay focused.
Okay.
So, because I'm ready to go take a shot of vodka right now. But I had a bottle, brand new bottle, pop the top. I'm drinking it by myself in my room, by myself, right? I don't know what happened that night. I just know that I woke up the next morning. Now, like my bed was here, right? Across from my bed, I had a fireplace, and then next to the fireplaces was like these two armoires that went up straight, and they had mirrors on them, right? So I wake up, I'm on the floor. My face is laying where when I open my eyes, I literally see myself in the mirror. So I'm staring at myself as I wake up, laying on the floor, naked from the waist down. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I tried to go to the bathroom and didn't make it. I don't know if I was trying to get undressed, put my pajamas on and didn't make it. I don't know if my ex-husband saw an opportunity and came in and took it. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got on that floor, but I was on that floor with about this much vodka left in the bottle. And I looked at myself and I no longer recognized the woman that was staring back in the mirror at me. And everything about me changed.
Do you see what happens when we focus on other people instead of ourselves?
Everything about me changed. I knew in that moment I needed God more than ever, but I just didn't even have the strength to pray anymore. So the only prayer I could pray for years was, God, don't let me go. Don't let me go. I know I needed him more than ever, but I just no longer believed in all of those things because I did everything you told me to do to be that perfect wife, right? People be like, oh, I'm praying. Don't you dare. Don't you dare condemn me to this hell any longer. You don't think I prayed for myself? And this is why when I pray for people, I don't pray any specific prayers unless you ask me to. If you ask me to specifically pray for a certain thing, then I will. Otherwise, I'm just asking for strength, guidance, and clarity because I don't know what you need in your life and I don't want to condemn anyone to anything. So it was like, no, don't you pray for me. Don't you think I prayed for myself? Don't condemn me to this hellhole any fucking longer. I can't do it anymore. And so that moment of destruction led me to my moment of self-discovery to realize that I wasn't bound by the laws of religion. I wasn't subject to having to kill myself so that someone else could live. And it was death do us part. It might not have been a physical death, but Nakia died that night. Mm-hmm. And a different Nakia emerged the next morning. And so that started the journey of who I am today. This woman who knows who she is. And it's not what she has or what she has done, but just because of who she is, that she can accomplish whatever it is that she sets her mind to. And that is a child of the Most High. I have a God that lives within me. Where before, it was a God outside of me somewhere that I was seeking.
Yeah.
And when that moment of destruction led to that moment of self-discovery, I realized that everything that I was seeking in life was what was already inside of me. It was what I was already born with. It was what I already am. I am. So that moment birthed the Nakia that you now have before you today. But it was a very gruesome death.
It has to get like that. It's supposed to get like that, especially if we're not seeing what we're doing to ourselves.
Yeah, that was a gruesome.
It was necessary.
And I was self-sacrificing. I was being a martyr, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because it was just like, I want my kids to have what I never had. Parents, right? Their own actual parents. Like I already had, Kiki, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, her father, we were young and then he passed away, you know what I mean? And so it was like, I want my kids to grow up with the foundation of their parents, but if their mom is dead, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the point if their mom is walking around with a bottle of wine every night just to be able to function in her own home? What environment is that really for them? Mm-hmm. So it's just like that moment of destruction led to that moment of self-discovery. And in that moment, loving myself is what healed me, and it got me back to where I needed to be, and it pours over, and I don't blame anyone for anything. John and I just we ran our course. That was just that, you know what I mean? We just ran our course. We had
he came and did what he was supposed to
out of it, and like now the focus is them having the best life without being affected by what we failed at.
Is it failing?
I definitely felt like a failure in that moment. You know what I mean? I absolutely. But here's the thing. Sometimes it takes failing to succeed, So, it worked until it didn't work. And now, we are where we are. So I do think that it takes great pain to cause change. You know what I mean? Transformation is uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Transformation is painful. Like I look at a lot of things and I try to see what's like, I try to see the things that aren't really being seen. So when you look at a caterpillar that has to go through that cocoon process to become a butterfly, that can't be comfortable. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine butterfly wings coming out your back? It's probably got to rip. It's going to have to rip through some stuff that, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's got to cause a little bit of pain. But then look what happens on the other side. You have this beautiful butterfly. It does take change. You know what I mean? Like,
and you got to be able to accept the change too, because it's painful. You just got to deal with it. You got to fucking deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, what is the alternative? Not to deal with it, and then you just sit and sulk, and now you're just walking around as like a zombie or whatever,
And don't nobody got time for that.
No,
because there's enough zombies out this motherfucker.
I don't want to just live. I don't want to just survive. I want to live. Mm-hmm. I want to live. I want to feel everything. I want to taste everything. I want to see I want to fully enjoy every single moment,
Yeah, I'm not here to survive no more. I did that.
Yeah. So just self-destruction to self-discovery. Yeah.
I do. Especially in relationships. Especially if you're in relationships that somebody's not, giving equal exchange. That'll fuck you up. Like, like you just explained. That'll fuck you up.
Yeah. Now I do hope that going through what I went through, right, and taking those life lessons, I can use that to set boundaries and guidelines so that my children will have to make their own mistakes because that's how we learn. But I'm hoping that they don't have to self-destruct before they actually change. Do you get what I'm saying?
I feel like they won't because you're teaching them.
I'm hoping that I can set an example and create a space that allows them to make mistakes early on so that you know what I mean? Like later in life, they're not suffering.
And they're learning, yeah. Allow them to deal with their emotions, tapping into their feelings and shit. Because you have to. You have to be able to tap into your emotions and your feelings.
Yeah. So.
You have to.
No, yeah, you can't ignore it because, like, what you resist persists. Mm-hmm. Like, the more you ignore it, like, it just piles up. Like, we just had a situation, even, you know, like, in the work field where, like, a situation kind of was, like, overlooked and then ignored and then boom!
Mm-hmm. That's what happens.
Nah, like, you know, deal with, I'm learning. I say learning because it's a continual process. And when I go to meet the next challenge, I remember the previous challenge that says, yo, you did that, was great, and this is what happened, so keep doing that. So learning is going to always be present tense because we're only in the present. So I don't want to say I learned this already or I learned, you know, because it's like, I'm still learning these things because I'm still making a conscious decision to do the right thing with the best knowledge that I have, right? Excuse me. So I have learned and I continue to learn that as soon as the problem arises and you deal with it right then and there, it doesn't become the problem that it does become if you choose to ignore it. You know, the Bible even says, raise your issues to the light where they can be worked on. So anything that surfaces, I actually give gratitude for, because it's like, thank you, God, that you're showing me that this is a potential problem that can block my future blessings. Mm-hmm. So let me deal with this right now.
Mm-hmm. That's why I had to deal with the kids right then and there. I'm like, it really had to get nipped in the butt now. I'm like,
yeah. And I, like, as I'm listening to you, I hear you saying open house, but I really hear you saying what you want is open relationship.
Mm-hmm. And I had to realize that.
Yeah. You know, and that I also strive for. You know, I want my kids to be so comfortable to be able to come and tell me anything. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to agree with it. It doesn't mean that we're going to necessarily always see eye to eye, but I need you, because nobody's going to love you more than me on this earth. Like, you are the only person that knows what my heartbeat sounds like from the inside. Like, that's how we were one at one point in time. Like, nobody's going to love you or want more for you than I do. So I always pray that my children can come to me with anything, like anything. They might not like what I have to say about it, but like, I want it to be, so when they don't come to me with some things, I kind of like take it a little bit personal to be like,
oh, I did.
Why don't they feel safe enough to come say these things to you? And I know I bug out and I trip. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm a strict mom, but I'm not a strict mom. I just like, like you said, do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Don't have your teachers calling me. Don't bring home no fucked up grades. Don't get involved with the wrong crowd. Live your life.
That's it.
Like, because I know if you're doing those things, I know that you're making smart decisions. If you're getting good grades and you're choosing the right friends and you're not having any teachers call me because of ill behavior, that says to me, I can trust you to make the right decisions. Mm-hmm. That means that I can trust you to do more things outside of my supervision. Some of them don't get that though. So, anywho,
self-destruction.
You're headed for self-destruction. Who sang that? I can't remember that.
It leads to self-discovery.
Okay, yeah,
and I like always.
All right, well, this was another great episode. I appreciate your time. I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you, man.
Yeah. And I'm grateful for y'all. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in. Let us know what it is that you want to hear more of, that, any questions, concerns you may have, send them in if it's anything that we can help with. We love to. Listen, we're just two human beings having a human experience, or spiritual beings having a human experience, and just sharing our story. We ain't perfect. We got our flaws. We got our issues.
A lot of stories
choosing
come from...
to not be afraid of those issues.
Yes.
Speaking up when you speak about it, I think it takes the power from it, right? So that it doesn't hold you hostage.
Yeah, that's why I start writing some more.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yes, I've been writing a whole lot.
Yeah.
Book loading.
Okay. I can't wait. Got to be in one of the book clubs. All right, y'all. Until the next time. Peace and love.
Later.